Hey, Silver Bullet. It is Michelle Skoczek coming from Texas, live in my barn. And I hope you're able to join me today. Okay, we're going to get this party started. We need to keep these videos short, right? Like, that was the whole point, right? So let's get started. I'm going to do a little brain. What oils are you using? Comment with what oils you're using right now. I need some brain power. Let's clear that up. Hey, Nancy. And, oh my gosh. So I don't rabbit trail. Let's do some vetiver. I should have my abundance oil, but it's in the house. That's the only thing about working out of my barn. Okay. Fulfill your destiny. Oh my gosh, what's in that? There's something sweet in that. It's so good. Treasure of the season. Wow, Nalia, that's rich. I love that. Okay, so let's get started here because I have just committed to doing a income opportunity class. Okay, so that would not be a short video. So we're not actually going to do a whole income opportunity class. But I've got an amazing resource for you for that. But let's get started. Okay, so you will not grow, your team will not grow unless you are sharing the opportunity. It's as simple as that. Have you guys heard the 24/531 stat? Okay, just to briefly go over this, just to convince you, this is pure numbers. Okay, so if you, let me see if I can even get this right. If you enroll 2 people per month, you will enroll 24 people a year, right? I know. I got straight A's in math. However, if you have 2 people, enroll 2 people, enroll 2 people on your team, and you're teaching those people to each enroll 2 people, is that what it is? Is that 2 people? It's been such a long time since I saw this stat. But if you enroll and you teach other people, those people to enroll, you know how many people you would enroll at the end of the year? Instead of 24, you know how many people you would have on your team? You'd have 531,000 people on your team. And you guys, I'll have to get what exactly that stat is. I have seriously not looked at that in a long time. I just know it is far more profitable for you to teach other people to enroll people than it is for you to expect you to enroll everybody on your team. That is not the way to share the oily love, okay? So you have to have other people telling about the opportunity. Now, guess what? Everybody on your team, all your members have already said yes to Young Living. Okay, so why not approach them about the opportunity of Young Living, right? This is not necessarily about going to people who are not involved in Young Living altogether, but as Nicole and many of the others on this every Wednesday have talked about, there's plenty of opportunity to do that. So, you know, you might tell somebody, they might get a check here and there. And as I've said before, I tell somebody, I kind of give them the idea right away when they're enrolling. And I say, I give them my member number and I say, and when you get your member number and you tell somebody, you would have them plug this in the box. Okay. Hey, Christy. And so right away you're telling them how to enroll somebody. Okay. You're planting that idea in their head, but you can also be way more intentional about this. Okay. So how do you do this? How do you talk to your members about the income opportunity? Okay, everybody grab a piece of paper and a pencil, write this down. You tell them. You guys, you have to just open your mouth and tell them. Like, and why aren't you doing this? Why is this such a mystery? How should I do this? Why is that? Why do we have that in our heads? Okay, we're just going to bust this right out here at the beginning, because you don't want to come off as one of those creepy opportunity people. Have you gotten a letter from your long lost cousin? I'm involved in, I'm really excited about my new business, and I think this would be really great for you. Okay, how many of you actually responded to those? I know I didn't, okay? You guys just be real with people, okay? You do not have to be one of those people in the past who have unfortunately given network marketing a bad name. So just don't be that person. Be the authentic person that says in a very real way, hey, I didn't want you to miss this. I don't know if you caught on to this, like all those little phrases. I just wanted to make sure you knew this. Do you know that if you enroll something, like just start the conversation, okay? And be really authentic. And also don't wait for other people to just ask you. I mean, there's ways of putting it out there in social media, but guys, it's kind of passive aggressive. I gotta say, I've been guilty of this and I'm coming out of the closet, okay? I'm done. Are you done? Are you done being passive aggressive? I'm just playing with you guys. It's a crazy day. Okay, so let's talk about the who, what, where, when, and why, and how of doing an income opportunity presentation of some sort, whether it's a one-on-one or an actual class or whatever. Okay, so who are you going to talk to? Okay, we've already kind of covered that. Invite people who are interested. Be upfront with them what this is about. Don't prejudge people. Okay, you don't know where somebody is. You may have asked them in the past. They may not have been interested in the past. They may be interested in now, right now. You could be the answer to somebody's prayer. All I'm saying. So what do you tell them? Okay, let's dive right in at what you're going to tell them. Any great communicator will answer the questions of the audience. What does the audience need to hear? So let's talk about this. What do you think the questions are that somebody in your audience is asking? Okay, have you ever been to a seminar that is labeled like a how-to, and for the first half of the seminar or class, it's the why you want to? I don't know if you're anything like me. If you're anything like me, like the whole time, I'm like, this was a how-to class, and you are answering why. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't already past the why and right on to the how-to. Like, can you please get to the point? And they finally get to it in like the last 15 minutes, and you're like freaking out. Okay, who's with me? Fist bump. Oh, that's my worst pet peeve. So do your audience a favor. They've already walked in the door. They're already curious, but they've come with questions. So answer the questions. So what are the questions that they might have? Okay, can I do this? Could I do this? Am I capable of doing this? Okay, I'm not going to go through all of the answers to these questions, but I am going to give you a great resource on where to get these. But what I really want to encapsulate here is what you want to cover in general, and especially how to talk to your audience, what subjects to cover with your audience. Okay, and again, it's all about answering the questions that they have. Because if they walk out of there and their question wasn't answered, like they'll table it for later. They just won't consider it. Okay, you have to answer their question. So they're asking, am I capable? Okay, you know the answer to that. Like, we're all capable. Okay, how do we become capable? We love our oils. Don't set it up too easy though. Like, I'll build this business for you. Never let those words pass your lips. Never. Because you can't. And that sets up a really high expectation for somebody, for you to provide them with an income. And it sets up a welfare mentality. I've already rabbit trailed. I didn't plan on going there, but it's probably a really good place to go. But I can't spend any more time there. So just write it down for later. And So, is it something I would want to do? Okay, so one of the big things that I have heard a lot is I don't want to be a salesy kind of a person. Okay, so address that question. What is the answer to that? How do you not be salesy with somebody? Okay, you know the answer. We've addressed that. Okay, be authentic. So don't be. And when you're really real with them and say to them, have I come off as salesy to you? Would you not be in this room? Okay, then. So you don't have to be. So just be right up front with them. You might want to address the MLM, elephant in the room, where you address some of the issues of it being an MLM and how sometimes people have an objection to that. You might not want to. You really do have to gauge your audience, okay? And you also can't make it too long. So if you have an opportunity, if you are dealing one-on-one with somebody, or even after your class, you might want to, instead of dealing with negative things, deal with the positive things in your class, and then present people with the opportunity and invite them to, and ask them, if you have a specific question that's really bugging you, please come to me and give me a fair chance to answer your question, okay? And maybe answer the MLM kind of, well, isn't an MLM a pyramid scheme? I really wouldn't go through that in like an open presentation kind of a thing, okay? You would want to address the question of maybe how it's done, okay? And, you could go over very briefly, like, we simply tell other people, we teach classes, we do things on social media. Like, how did you learn? A lot of times it would be putting it back to that kind of question. A great question to answer that people most definitely have is, what's the investment? How much is this going to cost me? And oh, that is just such a fun answer to give them. Just such a fun answer. You want to answer the question, how much could I realistically make without getting too much into the comp plan? I don't feel like the income opportunity class is that much of a place to really talk about the comp plan at all, okay? You might want to talk about a few of the bonuses, like the initial things that you get. Like, I wouldn't go over anything more than the fast start, the starter kit, some unilevel. I don't even know that I would go through Rising Star because it's a little bit complicated, okay? And you don't want to get bogged down in too many details, but you always want to show the income disclosure, and that will show your averages. Okay, and you also want to talk about, like, well, the other question that they have is, like, why would I want to do this? Why is this something that I should invest anything into, myself into this? Why should I spend any time doing this? Okay. And there's all kinds of ways of answering that question. You could talk about all the benefits of network marketing. Oh, thank you, Sharon. It's an awesome way to just talk about like the clear benefits of network marketing. That's the positive side of network marketing. Okay, people a lot of times have had negative experiences with MLMs, okay? But the positives far outweigh the negatives, okay? That's like saying, if you've had a bad experience on the internet, it's like throwing the whole internet away. And you don't want to do that. So give them all the reasons that network marketing is a really good idea. You could, depending on your class and how long you really want to you have to invest and talk about things. But you could talk about getting into their motivation and asking them, like, and not necessarily asking, but go do some sort of exercises as to like why they would want to have additional income and so forth. And it's great, like, it's a great way to also highlight the benefits of network marketing, setting your own schedule, things like that. Okay. So it's good to kind of do those in the beginning as well, so that they can kind of have those in their mind. Like, like what kind of job could you have that would offer these kind of things for you? And residual income and willable income and all those kind of things. People will always be curious as to whether or not Young Living is the right company for them. So I would, even if only briefly, talk about the validity of Young Living, how they've been around for a long time, they know what they're doing, they're growing. You could answer the question of saturation in the market. A lot of people then think, okay, well, I haven't gotten in at the ground floor, so it's too late for me. And that's not true. But really the truth is we haven't even scratched the surface, okay? So we've talked about the who, what. Now let's talk about like the how, when, and where kind of thing. So I've seen this done in so many ways. You could do this in your living room with a handful of people. You could individually contact those people in your downline and offer them and tell them that you're going to have a class. I've seen people do this monthly. Okay. Now I haven't done that monthly. Okay. I haven't actually done, I'll be real with you. I haven't actually done one of these in a little while now. Now I've done it more one-on-one, but not like as a presentation in my living room kind of thing. But you could do it on Facebook. I know that ORD, Oil Revolution Designs, has some great graphics that'll get you started. I don't think it covers like all the aspects of what you'd want to cover. But you could do it one-on-one. That would greatly change the format, but you should still be prepared with all of that kind of material. But it would give you a great opportunity to be able to ask them the questions that they have, the things that might be holding them back from diving into this. You could do it on social media. You could do a Facebook event or a group. You could do it in your members group. So I think that's what all do you, where else have you guys seen income opportunity type of formats? Okay. So I don't want to be the purveyor of all knowledge in this. We've got over 2,000 people in this group, and I'm sure that you guys have seen some amazing things out there. So go ahead and share like different ideas about where you've seen the income opportunity presented. But I'm going to just wrap this up. I hope that you've gotten the perspective, just the main point being answer the questions that your audience is asking. Okay, sometimes it's kind of hard for us to step out of our perspective and say, here's everything that they should know about our business. Might be different than what your audience actually wants to know. Sure, there's tons of things that we want to, tell people. Like I used to do that in my 101 classes a lot. Like I loved all the geeky, sciencey kind of things, but really I was losing a lot of people. Okay. Meaning like they didn't really care about that stuff. I cared about it because I'd been doing this for a while and that's what interested me. Okay. But I wasn't actually answering the questions that they want. I know I'm kind of rabbit trailing again, but one of the most dramatic responses that I got that really stuck with me was after a 101. I was a little intimidated because it was a class full of teachers. We're all on summer break, and one teacher got all our teacher friends together. And so after the class, I said, if you have any questions, I'll be over here afterwards. And so I was milling around, and I said to somebody, so what did you like about the class? Which is a great question to ask people. What did you like about the class? And she immediately said to me, I like that you just said what you did and how you used them. Like, that's all she cared about. So you better believe that's changed how I address my classes in the future to really focus in on just that point, okay? So again, go for what your audience is needing to know. What are the questions that they're walking in the door with, okay? Now, let me give you a really great resource. Danette's monthly class is always phenomenal, and she's just released the November? Yeah, it was just the November class where April did an income opportunity class. And you guys, it was phenomenal. Now, granted, it was an hour, okay? So you have to gauge how much of that, and it was a large audience. There were probably between 100 and 200 people there. And so also know that it was for that large audience. So gauge it accordingly, how that might be different when they are people in your living room, okay? But if you really want the nitty-gritty of what to present in an income opportunity class, go through that and write down all those points. She made fantastic points. So I'm going to edit this post and post a link to that class. It was phenomenal. Okay, so I'm super thankful for my sponsor and enroller, April Pointer. And I'm excited for all of you guys to be presenting the income opportunity to your teams and to your members and your non-members even. And I hope this has been super helpful. Okay, you guys have a great Wednesday. Alrighty, bye-bye.